All right, some breaking news coming your way. CBI Chief Ranjit Sinha has sought media restraint in the case that's being heard in the Supreme Court, but the Apex Court has rejected this plea of his. Sinha has been at the center of a controversy, with the petitioner telling the Supreme Court that the visitor's entry register at his residence is very disturbing and contains explosive material in the 2G spectrum allocation scam case. That's the latest coming in from the Supreme Court in the Ranjit Sinha case. Jaskirat Singh Bawa joining me live from New Delhi for more on the case hearing. Jaskirat, apart from the other matters, now the court clearly rejecting Ranjit Sinha's plea. He's seeking media restraint as far as the contents of the visitor's diary are concerned.
Well, that's correct. Ranjit Sinha's lawyer, former ASG Vikas, actually argued in the court today that his right to privacy was being violated, and at the same time that many of the entries in the diary were actually contentious and they had to be debated upon. They were actually forged. So they were actually also debating the authenticity of the diary entries, the visitor's log entry, also suggesting and implying that Prashant Bhushan was quite instrumental in leaking out those documents, said that this is a violation of the Supreme Court guidelines and Supreme Court rules. However, the Supreme Court said that we can't control the media, but we do control the court proceedings. They refused to pass any order restraining the media on Ranjit Sinha's lawyer's request, which was seeking a restraint on the media coverage of the diary entry. They refused to pass any such orders and said that they can file, these documents have to be filed as a part of an affidavit by Prashant Bhushan, which will be considered at 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Now 10 a.m. is an unusual time because it's actually half an hour before the actual normal court hours begin, the court working hours begin. So clearly indicating the urgency with which Supreme Court intends on taking up this matter. They've asked Prashant Bhushan to file these documents in a sealed envelope as a part of an affidavit in the Supreme Court registry to be considered. They did observe that they expect that since the matter is under consideration, people will expect that the Supreme Court is seized of the matter and is considering it. Apart from that, the allegations that the CBI Director has been interfering in the 2G investigation, Mr. Vikas, who is appearing for Ranjit Sinha, tried to come up with a defense on that, but the Supreme Court observed that we are not considering those allegations and that application as of today, and that is yet to come up for consideration.
Absolutely. Jaskira, the main focus though will remain on the Supreme Court getting those list of names of businessmen who are also facing CBI probe and are alleged to have met the investigating agency's director in this particular case. A lot of tough questions that Ranjit Sinha will have to answer now.
Well, first we have to see how the Supreme Court takes this particular record. Are they going to put this in for examination? It is, after all, an evidence, and proper normal procedures have to apply, proper rules have to apply. Can this be sent to a commission? Will this be sent to a trial court? Because this is, after a matter of evidence, and the Supreme Court is not a trial court. So it all remains to be seen. This is going to be slightly unusual, but it remains to be seen how the Supreme Court considers the authenticity of the log, how they plan to verify it, and of course it's not just the names that I mentioned there, it's the vehicle numbers. How do they cross-reference the vehicle number with the owners of the vehicle, how those people connected? So the Supreme Court is going to consider all that before going forward, but they have told Ranjit Sinha's lawyer that they will give him a chance to argue, they will give him a chance to present his side of this case, and that is expected to happen this coming Monday.
Absolutely. Jaskirat, the fact of the matter is that the name of the Colgate accused is in that visitor's diary, and the CBI has rubbished all claims, saying that this is a clear attempt to tarnish the CBI boss. But can you list some of the 2-3 important points that the court is going to take in mind, while going ahead into this particular case? One is, of course, this visitor's diary.
We have to understand that the first that these allegations about the visitor's diary came along was on Monday. Supreme Court was considered this important enough to ask Prashant Bhushan, who brought up this allegation, to submit a note. Now they have asked for the proper record, which Prashant Bhushan says he has in his possession, to be submitted as a part of a sealed envelope and an affidavit, which clearly indicates that the Supreme Court is very clearly looking into this. They even observed today, we are monitoring this case and certain allegations have come up, and we want to consider those allegations because the Supreme Court feels that they are very important to the investigations which are ongoing in these cases. Now, with regards to these allegations allegations and this particular hearing. The hearing is from a bench which is monitoring the 2G trial, the 2G case. However, the allegations actually pan across even the 2G accused. There are also the coal scam accused, like you mentioned. Mohan Qureshi, who is under investigation by the Income Tax Department, is also one of the people who are alleged to have been visiting the residence of Ranjit Sinha, CBI Director. So this obviously pans across not just the 2G scam, but also the other cases under investigation by CBI.
Absolutely, Jaskirat. We'll keep coming back to you for all the latest on the Guest Gate matter that's being heard in the Supreme Court today. Thanks so much for joining us with the latest.